Ciao, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am in a different environment. This is my place in London where I do live, and this is a totally different video that I have never done like this before. I am quite excited to record a video like this because one of my passion other than traveling and theater is actually books and reading books. And I should say as well collecting books probably by the amount that I actually end up buying. Anyway, what I am gonna share with you today, it is my book haul that I got when I was traveling in New York last week. I was in New York for about a week, and one of my favorite things that I like to do when I'm on a trip is to walk into bookshops. They can be chains or they can be independent shops. Have a browse, have a wander, and if there is a title that inspires me, I'll definitely think of getting it. So, if you're curious, let's dive straight away into this book haul from New York. Let's go. Here we are, beautiful people, and I've got my bag full of books that I've got, and I am ready to show you. Let me start straight away with the book that I am currently reading, and it is by Alice Finney, and it's titled Sometimes I Lie. I already have read by the same author Rock, Paper, Scissors, and that was phenomenal to me. So I am so happy she already wrote so many books that I need to catch up on. So that's really, really exciting. If you do like a nice little thriller, the pace and the style, it really spoke to me. So well done for that. I'm really excited. One thing that I have to put a disclaimer on is that this book haul will contain a lot of thrillers and crime and mysteries because that's my favorite genre to actually read. There is also a couple of different types of books, but that's crime and mysteries and thrillers. That's my go-to style and section that I like to go check out in a bookshop. Next one, I have been reading lately a lot of those Reese Witherspoon's book clubs books, and I ended up finding this novel called Whispers Network, and it is a novel by Chandler Baker, and that was a Reese's book club a while ago, so it's not one of the latest ones, but I'm very curious. This is a hardcover, and I found it in New York in this little store. I think it was in the Upper West Side, probably, that sells secondhand books for a really good price. So this was really a good bargain, I think, and I'm really curious to start this one as well. Moving on, the second book that I have here is No One Can Know. It is by Kate Alice Marshall. I haven't read anything by this author just as yet, but I have to be honest, I am someone that really gets called by the cover and the title. To me, those are the first two things that speak to me when I am browsing through the shelves with so many books and choices. So I am really curious about it, and I'll just read Three Sisters, Three Murders, and Too Many Secrets to Count. So that's a really uh, good things to to start with. Moving on, I am really curious about these ones. So, the one that I'm going to show you now, which is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I am so excited about it. I have been seeing people reading this book on the airplane, on the buses, on public transportation, and I was just really curious about it. So, I think it might be one of those books that I could really easily enjoy. So I'm really curious about to start that one as well. Moving on as well, there is another bestsellers that I've also been seeing pretty much everywhere, and this one, I bought it on over, I think it was in not Waterstones, that's UK, at Barnes and Noble, I think it's called. It's this big chain here there in US. And I'm talking about A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Uh, Apparently, it is so good. It is one of the best sellers, I think, lately. And this was on offer, I think, two for one. And I think I bought this one. No, probably it was like buy one and the second one half price. So probably I think I bought this one and one of the next one that I'll show you probably later on. Moving on, I am so excited as well to try this one as well. And that's the Push by Ashley Odran. I am not too sure if this is also a choice by Reese Witherspoon Book Club. I think, oh, there is a Good Morning America book club. Yeah. So definitely was part of this book club, but I'm not sure if it was also by Reese Witherspoon. But yeah, I just ended up uh, reading or watching a lot of these online, and I was really curious. So that's very interesting. So that's going to be really good as well, hopefully. Now, moving on quickly to another book that is a very, very much different. It's more like a biography or a study on acting, and it is this one, which is um, Sanford Meisner on acting, and it is quite straightforward. So this, I think, will be really educational for me. That I am not an actor, but I have been gravitating around theater and acting and dancing since I was a kid. But I've never done it really professionally. But it's something that I always wanted to explore more and to get to know more. So if I don't have time to actually go to a class, just educating myself through books, I think that's also a good idea to have like a general knowledge about this beautiful world. Moving on the next book that I've got here as well. I think this is going quite viral online, I think, or at least on the pages that I follow, because I've been seeing this one pretty much on every page that I follow on the social medias. And I'm talking about Local Women Missing, and that's by Mary Kubica. I am so sorry if I am mispronouncing some of the authors' names, but I'm really I'm really curious to hear and to read that as well. Moving on, I do have the last three books of this haul, and this is again a bit different style from the previous books. This is a signed copy by Matthew McClellan, and it's a play actually. So this is a playwright, and the title is Arian, and it's it seems very, very interesting. This is tiny, of course, because it's all about dialogues and uh, reading plays. Even if I have never seen it, it is something that I really enjoy to do because it gives me the ability to kind of picture it in my head and yeah, to have my own version in my head playing that as well. Moving on, we got last two books of this haul, and I do think that this is also going to be very nice. This is from a Raise Book Club, and the title is Wrong Place, Wrong Time. That's it. And the author is Gillian McAllister. So I'm really curious about it. So this, I think, is really curious and mystery and a little bit of paranormal, I think, probably. So that's good. The latest one that I actually got when I was in the airport, and I think about it at the Hudson before boarding my plane. I'm very curious to read this one, especially in this coming up spooking season, and that's called The September House by Carissa Orlando. That one. Um, Also, the cover and the the story seems to be quite supernatural, and yeah, that seems very very exciting. So that's it, guys. That's all my book haul that I've got right here. So I know there's a lot of books, and I am gonna keep on reading this one by Alice Feeney. Sometimes I lie. I am just at the beginning, but since I am off sick for a few days, I am definitely going to try to go through at least this book and at least one or two more. So that's what my plan. So, if there is any of these books that you read and you enjoyed it, or you want to share your opinion in a respectful way, I'm happy for you to share those thoughts. And yeah, thank you for coming along with me on this little chat video. And I know it's a different format. It's not about traveling, but in a way, we are traveling telling stories or reading stories. It is a different way of traveling. And I remember that I got back into reading a lot during the COVID times and the pandemic, that really got back into reading a lot more because I got more time. And yeah, it was just one of the things that I could actually spend a lot of time doing. And that was my way of escaping the world where we were living in at the time. And to be fair for myself, reading it has always been a great passion. And I cannot tell you the reason why I find pleasure in reading. Also, because after a while, I have to admit that even if I love a book, I will probably forget about it and all the details or how it ends in the following month or weeks. So I cannot retain a lot of information about the books, but I remember the feeling and I remember that I have loved that specific books. But yeah, it just makes me feel good to read. It's cozy. It is uh, my go-to activity, I think, especially when I want to spend some time with myself. And even if I want to go to a bookshop or to the library and read, or to a coffee shop, having something warm and read a little bit. So that's it. Let me know, what are you currently reading, and leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.